In Unit 8 of APES, we are discussing aquatic and terrestrial pollution. And when we think about pollution, we can categorize the sources of pollutants as either point sources or non-point sources of pollution. And the difference between the two is that point sources are single, distinct sources of pollution that you could go out and identify. For example, waste being discharged from a pipe that's dumping into a river. That is a point source of discharge. Or a smokestack releasing pollution into the air. That is a point source. It can be identified. You can quantify the levels of pollutants being emitted from these sources. The other type of source of pollution are non-point sources. These are more diffuse. They're more difficult to identify. They come from larger areas typically. Some examples of non-point sources would be agricultural runoff, whereas when rain falls on an agricultural field, it runs off carrying pesticides, herbicides, fertilizer, etc., but it's not coming from one specific place. Okay? Runoff from urban areas is non-point sources of pollution. Point sources would be stormwater discharge or wastewater discharge from a facility. So those are the two different types of or categories of pollutants that we often will talk about.